Picture this. A 72-year-old man walks into a cardiologist's office. His arteries are so clogged that his doctor is scheduling him for triple bypass surgery within the month. His chest pain is constant. He can barely walk from his car to the front door without stopping to catch his breath. His wife is terrified. His kids are calling every day, worried they might lose their father. Now, fast forward 6 months. That same man is hiking with his grandchildren. His chest pain? Gone. His energy? Through the roof. And when he goes back for his follow-up cardiac imaging, his cardiologist literally cannot believe what he's seeing on the screen. The arterial plaque has reduced. His heart function has improved dramatically. The bypass surgery? Canceled. Not needed anymore. The doctor asks him, "What on earth have you been doing?" And the man smiles and says, "I started drinking something every morning, just one simple drink." Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true, right? It sounds like one of those miracle cure stories that turns out to be complete nonsense. But here's the thing. This story is real. I personally know this patient. And more importantly, the science behind what saved his life is rock solid, backed by decades of research, and it's something that every person over 60 should know about. So what is this magical drink? Well, before I reveal that, we need to talk about why heart disease happens in the first place, because understanding the problem is the key to understanding the solution. There, friend. Welcome to Doctor's Hidden Tips channel. And let me just say, I am so genuinely thrilled that you're here with us today. You know, this channel isn't just another place where someone in a white coat talks at you about health. No, no, no. This is your space. This is where we pull back the curtain on the medical secrets that could quite literally add years to your life and life to your years. Whether you're watching this while sipping your morning coffee, taking a break from your daily routine, or maybe you're someone who's been searching desperately for answers about your heart health, you're in exactly the right place at exactly the right time. And I don't say that lightly. Every single day, I wake up with one mission: to share the hidden gems from the medical world that doctors whisper about in hospital corridors but rarely share with patients. The tricks that have been buried in research journals, the protocols that work miracles but somehow never make it to mainstream medicine. And today we're diving into something so powerful, so potentially life-changing, that I literally couldn't wait to share it with you. So go ahead, get comfortable, maybe grab a notepad, because you're definitely going to want to remember what I'm about to tell you. And hey, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss what we've got coming up on this channel. We're building a community of health-conscious warriors here, and I'd love for you to be part of it. All right, let's get into something that's gonna blow your mind. Let's talk about your heart for a moment. This incredible organ beats about 100,000 times every single day. That's roughly 3 billion beats over an average lifetime. 3 billion! Can you imagine any machine working that hard for that long without needing some serious maintenance? Now, your heart doesn't work alone. It relies on a network of arteries, these beautiful, flexible tubes that deliver oxygen-rich blood to every cell in your body. When you're young, these arteries are smooth and elastic, like brand-new garden hoses. Blood flows through them effortlessly. But here's where things start to go wrong, especially as we age. Over the years, our arteries start accumulating this sticky, dangerous substance called arterial plaque. Think of it like rust building up inside those garden hoses. This plaque is made up of cholesterol, calcium, fat, and other cellular waste products. It starts as these tiny deposits, but over time, especially if we're eating the wrong foods, not exercising, dealing with chronic stress, or facing genetic predispositions, this plaque builds up and builds up and builds up. This process is called atherosclerosis, and it's the silent killer behind most heart attacks and strokes. The plaque narrows your arteries, making your heart work harder to pump blood. It reduces oxygen delivery to your organs, and worst of all, these plaques can suddenly rupture, causing a blood clot that completely blocks an artery. That's when you have a heart attack. Now here's the really scary part. Most people have no idea this is happening. Atherosclerosis develops silently over decades. You might feel perfectly fine going about your daily life, and meanwhile, your arteries are slowly becoming more and more clogged. By the time you start experiencing symptoms, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, the disease is often already advanced. And after 60, the risk skyrockets. Why? Because your body's natural repair mechanisms slow down. Your arteries become stiffer. Inflammation increases. Your endothelium, that's the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, starts to dysfunction. It's like your internal maintenance crew is getting older and can't keep up with the repairs anymore. The traditional medical approach is usually medication, statins for cholesterol, blood pressure pills, blood thinners, or in severe cases, surgical interventions like stents or bypass surgery. And look, these treatments save lives. I'm not here to bash conventional medicine, but what if I told you there's something else, something natural that works with your body's own healing mechanisms to actually reverse this damage? So, let's get to it. What is this magical drink? It's not some exotic berry from a remote jungle. It's not a proprietary formula that costs hundreds of dollars. In fact, you can probably make it right now with ingredients you might already have in your kitchen. The drink is fresh beetroot juice combined with pomegranate juice and a squeeze of lemon. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, that's it? Just juice? But stay with me here, because the science behind why this works is absolutely fascinating, and it might just change how you think about food as medicine. Let's talk about beetroot for a moment. This incredible root vegetable is loaded with something called dietary nitrates. Now, when you consume these nitrates, your body converts them into nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is basically magic for your blood vessels. Here's what nitric oxide does. It signals your blood vessels to relax and dilate. Imagine those narrowed, constricted arteries suddenly opening up, allowing blood to flow more freely. This immediately reduces blood pressure, but it does something even more remarkable. It helps prevent and even reverse endothelial dysfunction, which is the very first step in developing atherosclerosis. There was a study published in the journal Hypertension that showed just 1 glass of beetroot juice per day reduced blood pressure by an average of 8 to 10 points. That's comparable to some blood pressure medications, except this is coming from a vegetable with 0 side effects. But nitric oxide does more than just lower blood pressure. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It prevents platelets from clumping together and forming dangerous clots. It improves the flexibility and health of your arterial walls. It's literally giving your cardiovascular system a complete tune-up. Now let's talk about pomegranate juice. This ruby red elixir has been called nature's artery cleaner, and for good reason. Pomegranates are absolutely bursting with polyphenols, particularly a compound called punicolagen, which is one of the most potent antioxidants found in any food. Here's where it gets really exciting. Studies have shown that pomegranate juice can actually reduce existing arterial plaque. A research team in Israel followed patients with severe carotid artery stenosis, that means their neck arteries were significantly blocked, and had them drink pomegranate juice daily for 1 year. At the end of the study, arterial plaque had reduced by up to 30%. Meanwhile, the control group that didn't drink the juice saw their plaque increase by 9%. Think about that for a moment. This juice was literally reversing arterial plaque buildup. It was cleaning out their arteries. The researchers measured improvements in blood flow, reductions in oxidative stress, and significant drops in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure. How does pomegranate do this? It works through multiple mechanisms. First, those powerful antioxidants neutralize the oxidized LDL cholesterol, the really dangerous type that embeds itself in arterial walls. Second, it inhibits the enzyme ACE, which is involved in blood pressure regulation. Third, it has potent anti-inflammatory effects that help heal and protect the endothelium. And then we add lemon to the mix. Now, lemon might seem like just a flavor enhancer, but it's doing important work too. Lemons are rich in vitamin C and flavonoids. Vitamin C strengthens blood vessel walls and improves the integrity of your endothelium. The flavonoids help reduce inflammation and improve cholesterol profiles. Plus, the citric acid helps enhance the absorption of all those beneficial compounds from the beet and pomegranate. When you combine these three ingredients, you're creating a synergistic effect. They work together, amplifying each other's benefits. You're hitting atherosclerosis from multiple angles simultaneously, improving nitric oxide production, reducing oxidative stress, fighting inflammation, preventing platelet aggregation, lowering blood pressure, and actively breaking down existing arterial plaque.
Now, let me tell you about another patient. Her name was Margaret, 74 years old, diabetic, overweight, with a 20-year history of high blood pressure and cholesterol. She'd had a mild heart attack 3 years earlier and was on a cocktail of medications. Despite all this, her cardiologist was concerned because her symptoms were worsening. Margaret came across this information about the juice combination and decided to give it a try. She was skeptical. After all, how could something so simple help when all these medications weren't enough? She started drinking 8 ounces of this mixture every morning, just 1 glass. She didn't change anything else initially. Same diet, same medications, same activity level. Within 2 weeks, she noticed her energy was better. Within a month, she realized she could climb her stairs without getting winded. After 3 months, her blood pressure readings at home were consistently normal, better than they'd been in years. Her doctor reduced her blood pressure medication. After 6 months, her blood work showed improvements in her cholesterol profile. Her inflammatory markers had dropped, and her A1C, that's the measure of blood sugar control, had improved. Her cardiologist was so impressed that he started asking detailed questions about what she'd been doing differently. Margaret is still drinking her juice every morning 3 years later. She's lost 30 pounds, not through any extreme diet, but simply because having more energy motivated her to move more. Her diabetes is better controlled. She's off 2 of her 5 cardiac medications, and she tells everyone who'll listen about her magic juice. Now, I want to be crystal clear about something. This is not a replacement for medical care. Margaret didn't throw away her medications. She didn't stop seeing her doctor. This juice worked in conjunction with her medical treatment and healthy lifestyle changes, but it was clearly the catalyst that turned things around for her. So let's talk about how to actually make this drink and incorporate it into your daily routine. The basic recipe is simple. 1 medium-sized raw beetroot, 1 cup of pomegranate juice. You can juice fresh pomegranates or buy pure pomegranate juice. Just make sure it's 100% juice with no added sugars. Half a fresh lemon squeezed. Preparation is easy. Wash and peel your beetroot, chop it into chunks, and throw it in a blender with the pomegranate juice and lemon juice. Blend until smooth. If the consistency is too thick for you, you can add a little water. Some people prefer to strain it. Others drink it with all the fiber. The best time to drink this is in the morning on an empty stomach about 30 minutes before breakfast. This is when your body can absorb the nutrients most efficiently. Now, a few important tips. First, start slowly if you're not used to beetroot juice. It can have a detoxifying effect, and some people experience mild digestive upset if they jump in with a full glass immediately. Start with a 1/4 cup and gradually increase over a week or 2. Second, don't be alarmed if your urine or stools turn reddish. This is called beechuria, and it's completely harmless. It happens because of the betalain pigments in beets. Third, if you're on blood pressure medication or blood thinners, talk to your doctor before starting this regimen. Because this juice is so effective at lowering blood pressure and preventing clotting, your doctor might need to adjust your medications to prevent your blood pressure from going too low. Fourth, consistency is key. This isn't a one-time fix. The benefits accumulate over time. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't brush once and expect permanent protection, right? This juice needs to become part of your daily routine. Now, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't mention that while this drink is powerful, it works best as part of an overall heart-healthy lifestyle. You still need to pay attention to your diet. Load up on vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats like those from fish, nuts, and olive oil. Minimize processed foods, excessive sugar, and trans fats. These are the building blocks of arterial health. Movement matters. You don't have to run marathons. Even 30 minutes of walking daily makes an enormous difference. Exercise improves circulation, strengthens your heart muscle, reduces inflammation, and helps maintain healthy blood pressure and weight. Stress management is crucial. Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, which promote inflammation and arterial damage. Find what works for you. Meditation, yoga, deep breathing, time in nature, hobbies you love. Your heart will thank you. Sleep is non-negotiable. During deep sleep, your body repairs and regenerates. Poor sleep is directly linked to increased cardiovascular risk. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. And if you smoke, please, please, please quit. Smoking is one of the absolute worst things you can do to your cardiovascular system. Every single cigarette damages your endothelium and accelerates plaque formation. Now, I know some of you might still be thinking, this sounds too simple. If this really worked, wouldn't everyone know about it? Wouldn't doctors be prescribing it? And that's a fair question. Here's the truth. Natural remedies, no matter how well researched, don't have pharmaceutical companies with billion-dollar marketing budgets behind them. Nobody profits massively from you drinking beetroot and pomegranate juice, so nobody's advertising it during primetime television or sending sales representatives to doctors' offices. Moreover, medical education focuses heavily on pharmaceutical interventions. Most doctors receive very little training in nutrition and natural medicine. It's not their fault, it's just how the system is structured. The doctors who do know about these approaches often learned about them on their own after medical school. But the research exists. The studies are published in peer-reviewed journals. The mechanisms of action are well understood. Cardiologists and researchers who specialize in preventative medicine and nutritional cardiology have been talking about these benefits for years. The question isn't whether this works, the science is clear that it does. The question is whether you're willing to give it a try. So here we are, friends. I've just shared with you one of the most powerful natural interventions for heart disease that exists. A simple combination of beetroot juice, pomegranate juice, and lemon that has the potential to reduce arterial plaque, lower blood pressure, improve circulation, and potentially add years to your life. Think about that man I mentioned at the beginning, the 72-year-old who avoided bypass surgery. Think about Margaret, who got off multiple medications and regained her vitality. These aren't isolated cases. There are countless people who've experienced remarkable improvements by incorporating this drink into their daily routine. And now you have the same information they had, the same opportunity. The choice is yours. I'm not going to tell you this will definitely work for everyone. Medicine is never that simple, and everybody is unique. But I will tell you this, the science is sound, the risks are virtually non-existent, and the potential benefits are extraordinary. So here's what I want you to do. Start tomorrow morning. Go to the store today if you need to, pick up some fresh beets, some pomegranate juice, and lemons. Tomorrow, when you wake up, make this drink. Commit to trying it for 30 days, just 1 month. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels. Check your blood pressure if you have a home monitor. Keep a little journal if you want. And then, and this is important, come back here and leave a comment telling me how it's going. I read every single comment. I want to hear your story. Your experience might be the thing that inspires someone else to take action and potentially save their own life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this information. Share it with anyone you know who's dealing with heart disease or who's over 60 and wants to protect their cardiovascular health. You might quite literally save someone's life by sharing this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Doctor's Hidden Tips channel and hit that notification bell. We're just getting started here. I've got so many more hidden medical secrets to share with you, natural remedies and protocols that could transform your health in ways you never imagined possible. Remember, your health is your wealth. Your heart has been beating for you every single second of every single day since before you were born. It deserves your attention, your care, and your gratitude. This simple drink is one powerful way to show your heart the love it deserves. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Until next time, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep taking control of your wellness journey. You've got this, my friend. I believe in you.